I talked about that at the beginning of the show. If you're just joining us, I'll tell you more about that later. But now joining us here on the show, we got Dee Cernile, one of the guitar players. And Dee, how's it going? Welcome to Hard Rock Heroes.
Right on. Thanks. Like being here. Everything's going great, man. Got nothing else to say. It's been fantastic so far. Good tour. Like this place, you know.
Right on. He's answering my questions before I even asked them. That was a great set. Now, I guess we should start out with... You've been slugging it out on the bar circuit for quite a while. Past few years now, you've suddenly got this record deal. How did the record deal come about? Did they come to you, or did you guys go to them?
Well, it's kind of a long story. To make it short, we knew the A&R guy very well for a long time, and we were juggling around some deals with some other people and stuff, and we decided that we'd wait for the right deal that suited our band. And it turned out that the label that we signed with and the people we're involved with were the ones that we were looking for in the first place, and it just turned out our good friends ended up being our business partners after a while. So it's been a long time coming, but it was, the timing's right. It's perfect. Perfect for us.
Good coincidence. So a lot of bands have said that the concert stage and the recording studio are two different things, like night and day. How did you interpret that?
I don't know if they're like night and day. They are different. There's two different elements involved in either one, right? In the studio, you're being precise, and you're not really worried about whipping your body around and stuff, although you kind of get into it anyway. In the live thing, you got to respond with the audience. Like, we feed off the energy of the audience, that's what gets you driving up, so it's a different kind of energy. But for us, for the kind of band we are and the kind of music we write and play, it's basically the same thing, except for you get to have a better time when there's people right in front of you hollering back at you. That's cool for us.
Okay. Now, Sven Gali has a reputation for being about one of the nastiest bands around, both on stage and off stage. Hello.
Hi.
A lot of people interrupting us on the show here. But there's a couple of nice ballads on the record, so I'm wondering, is this reputation sort of unjustified, or are you showing another side of yourselves on the record that you don't mind showing?
I think when a band puts a ballad on a record, I don't think it's so much, it's not always a contrived thing. For us, yeah, so we have a bit of a weird reputation. That's fine, that's just because we spend a lot of time on the road doing a lot of stuff. You do a lot of weird things to keep you occupied. But the ballads for us, as you know, and the ballads for us, though, are another side of what we're all about. And we were just kind of sitting around jamming and stuff in a studio, and our producer heard it and kind of went like, wow, and you guys have like another side to you that nobody really knows about. And we said, yeah, it's nice to sit down with an acoustic guitar and a bunch of guys in a room and be able to sing and play things that are not always at 10, because not a lot of bands can do that. There's a lot of bands that can't sit there and sing acoustic songs. And we have a really good singer in Dave, and we've got some good musicians and guys who are very versatile who can play like a lot of different kinds of music. So once the music came out and there were some things that were a little bit more laid back, we were able to whip it on the record and feel pretty good about it. We're proud of these songs, like all the songs. And the slow ones don't mean anything different than the hard ones do. They're just part of the band that, maybe want somebody to listen to. Enjoy it.
Great. So about these antics, and we won't really get into what they are on this channel, but off stage, on stage, was it mainly just for publicity, or do you guys want to have a reputation of, say, being the bad boys of rock and roll or anything?
No, we don't want any kind of reputation. It's not a premeditated thing. Like I said, you spend a lot of time on the road, a lot of time in hotel rooms and that sort of thing. So there are times when you get a little bored and you do like a kind of a weird thing now and again, But a lot of people always see, like, if some guy in another line of work does something weird, it's just him going off the handle. But if a long-haired guy in a rock and roll band does it, all of a sudden it's like a bigger thing than what it really is. And it's nothing that we sit around trying to make up. It's no big image thing. I'd really disagree with that. We just have a good time, and we like being with each other, and we like being with other people, and we like having a good time. So sometimes things get a little rowdy. It doesn't mean nothing. We're not out there to change the world in any way. Not at all.
How did you guys... there's some offstage antics there for you.
Yeah.
How did you guys get together? How did you meet? How did you form together as a band?
We got together about 4.5 years ago. A couple of us were in a few different bands, and we met up with one another. Sean, TT, our bass player, was gigging around, hanging out, looking for some guys to play with, and Andy and Dave were out in Niagara Falls. So when they all got together and thought about starting a band up, and they came over to my place and we went out for a few drinks and talked about the likelihood of this coming together, and it turned out to be like a start of something really, really good. With the next day we were in a rehearsal hall jamming, and one thing led to another, and here we are and talking about my record.
That's great. So you found each other pretty quickly. It's not like you had to go through millions of lineup changes to find the right people.
No, it's nothing like an audition thing, like like most bands have to go through, or some bands anyway, where they have to try out the right bass player and then, you know, keep looking around for the right singer. So it was nothing like that at all, because we're all fairly competent musicians and we're good friends, and it just made writing songs a lot easier. Everything came together quite well.
Okay, before we wrap it up here, I got a copy of your album here. I'll get a little shot of that. Now, is that one of the band members on the cover there?
I don't know. I'll let you guys think about that. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. I don't know. Write us to our fan club and give us an educated guess and tell us if you think it's one of us or not. That'd be a really cool thing to read.
What I'm more curious about, actually, is that now, what has this guy been doing? Has he been stomping grapes with his head, or what's the story here?
Well, we like purple. We like that kind of color.
Right on. Okay. Any last comments you want to say hi to people you might know in Winnipeg before we get out of here?
Yeah, I'd like to say hi to everybody in Winnipeg. We really like this city. We like coming around here. We're going to be here again and probably again. So keep it up. Keep an eye up for us and enjoy the record. Wait for the next one. The new video's out in the middle of December. Throw on Much Music or your favorite video show and check it out and enjoy it. And we'll see you on the other side.
And I've heard you'll be back opening for some big name band sometime in '93.
Well, we got some secrets and some surprises for you guys. You'll be hearing from us. You can get some tickets and come check it out, and we'll have a good time. We're always around here. We're always rocking. We like to rock for our friends.
And as usual, you'll hear about it right here first on Hard Rock Heroes. Guess that's about it.
That's it.
We'll go back to the studio with me now, because we've already seen the footage, so let's go right back to me in the studio right here, right now, on Winnipeg's only hard rock TV show, Hard Rock Heroes. Okay, there you have my interview with Dee Cernile from Sven Gali. Wonder if those guys ever throw TV sets out the window. I don't know. Anyway, just something to think about. If you're wandering around a club that they're performing at that has a hotel, or just maybe any high-rise hotel once they start playing arenas, maybe look up or wear a hard hat or something. And speaking of the other side, as Dee would say,